Alright, so today I want to do a tutorial on solving the Rubik's Cube. And I have a solved cube right here. And there are 8 stages to doing this and 7 combinations of algorithms. That's the hard part, is just learning the algorithms. Actually, solving the cube is actually not that hard once you know the algorithms. And I mean, you can do it faster and faster. I think the world record is 3 seconds. I can't do it that fast, but that is the world record. Again, there's 8 steps. And I'll name them as I go through it. And then there's 7 combinations of algorithms. The main algorithm, though, or the main 2 are the right and left, what they're called right and left algorithms. And I'll just demonstrate those right here. So interestingly enough, with a solved cube, if I do the right algorithm 24 times, although it looks like it scrambles the cube, it actually resolves itself. But I want to show you, first of all, the right algorithm. So I'm taking the right side, hence the right algorithm, and I'm going to go clockwise. Then I'm going to turn the top clockwise. Then I'm going to turn the bottom counterclockwise. Then I'm going to turn the top counterclockwise. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. And see, it resolved itself. I just wanted you to see that. It's for some reason. I mean, there's a logical reason. Obviously, I haven't figured it out. I just know it does it. So with a solved cube, you do the right algorithm 24 times, 24 movements. It resolves itself. So the next one is the left algorithm. So it's exactly the opposite. So again, the right algorithm is clockwise, clockwise, then counterclockwise, then counterclockwise, like that. So I'm going to do the left algorithm now, which is going to start out counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise. And it solves itself. See that? So again, those are the main algorithms, okay? And so I spent a lot of time showing you that just so you get that down. There's a right algorithm, which is clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. It's the right face and the top. Those are the 2 sides. And then the left algorithm, which is counterclockwise, and then again, the top one's counterclockwise. And then you finish it with clockwise and then clockwise, like that. All right, so the first step, let me just scramble the cube real quick. And I'm just randomly moving. I don't have any rhyme or reason. I'm just doing is I'll do a couple of algorithms and see what happens. And just so it looks like it's sufficiently scrambled. So there it is. I've got the scrambled cube. And so the first step is you want to make what they call a daisy, or you can look at it like a fried egg. So you want a yellow center. That's what you want. And now this just for a side note, you can actually, if you can learn this with any color, but that's just an easy reference, is the fact that you want to start with what they call a daisy, or I like to look at it as a fried egg. So what you want to do, you got a yellow center, and then you're going to want 4 white petals, like a daisy, all right, or a fried egg. So here's one right here. So I'm going to turn it up like that. Here's one right here. I'm going to turn it up like that. And so you got one here. So what I can do is I can turn that like that and then rotate that up. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see this all right. So let's look for another one. There it is right there. And so I'll rotate that around, rotate it like that, rotate it to the side. Oh, I messed up one of my petals. That's all right. We'll just go back to it. I'm trying to look at my phone and this at the same time, so it's a little bit disorientating for me. And I might have been better if I had an upper view of this for you guys. Let's see if I can adjust that real quick. Put that down like that. And go to a little wider angle. So let's solve the petals. Again, I didn't do anything when I moved off camera, I promise. There's no trickery here. So we have our fried egg, all right, or your daisy. So the next step is to get these cross pieces to match their corresponding colors. See, now that one's already lined up. And We want the red, and that one's lined up. So as soon as I see that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spin that all the way around 90 degrees to where it's on the bottom. 90 degrees to where it's on the bottom, because the next step is, okay, so let me back up. Building the daisy or the fried egg requires no algorithm. It's just looking at it and putting it together. But now this part is, I want to build a white cross on the bottom. So I've spun that around. This one lines up because I'm looking forward to the middle row. So that one's already together, and I'm going to turn it all the way over. All right, that one's not, so I'm going to turn it like this, and I'm going to rotate that all the way over. All right, now I have red, and I'll just spin it around till I line it up, and I'll turn it all the way over. All right, so now I have my white cross. And so now the next step is getting my white corners in. And it's not just corners in. And it's not just any white corners. You want it to correspond to the middle parts on either side. So you have 3 sides, so you have 3 sides here. So that does not correspond. And it doesn't have to be in the same orientation. It just has to be, I can have green here and orange here, or white here and green down here and red. However, it's just as long as those 3 colors are on that corner piece, and it's not on this one. So I'm not going to worry about that one right now. I'm going to look at this one. So I got a blue and I got an orange. I know I had orange over here, so I'm going to go all the way over. So I got blue and I got orange and I got white, and I want this piece right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm keeping the white cross to the bottom, my right algorithm. All right, so now I've got that piece in place. So now, okay, look, now that one's smoothed since I was doing that, and it's actually where I want it to be. So again, I'll just rotate it to there, and I'll do a right algorithm, and that's going to move that piece out. All right, so there it is. So now I have that one up there. I'll spin it around because I got red here, green here, and there's the white piece. Right algorithm. All right, and there it is. So one final piece, and it's right there. So blue, red, I want it right there, right algorithm. All right, so now I've got my white side and the color. So now the next step, is to solve the middle row. That's what we want to do next. And so at this point, all your pieces that you're going to want to move down here, you're going to find them up here, right in this area here, like the corners of the petals, you know, the cross pieces. All right, so at this point, we don't want anything that has yellow on it, okay? So I got a blue and a red. I got blue and I got red. So I'm going to turn that around to the red side, because you want that to kind of match up. And so I want this piece to be right here. And so how I'm going to accomplish that is I'm going to turn it away from where I want it to go. And then I'm going to do a left algorithm, because that's the side I want it to go on. Counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Now I've got a white piece right here. This will be the same every time, unless you're doing it on the opposite side, but you're always going to have a white corner piece on either side. And so now what I do is I turn it to the right, opposite of where I was just working, and now I'm going to do a right algorithm. And there it is. I put that piece there. Okay, so next I'm looking around. Okay, so I've got a blue and an orange. I want to line it up on my blue. I want this piece to go right here. So how I do that, again, turn it away, left algorithm. Got the piece up here. I'm going to turn it to the right. Right algorithm. You're just doing it once. All right, now that piece is there. So next, as I'm looking, and I have this one over here, orange and green. And so it just so happens that every time I do this, I want to go here. Sometimes it will want to go over here. It just depends. You know, the puzzle is not completely predictable. You just know certain keys and how to respond to certain situations. And this one is the typical, what I've been experiencing thus far. So I'm going to turn it away from this because I want the piece to go right here. I'm going to do a left algorithm, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, turn it to the right, right algorithm, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. All right, so I've got one piece remaining that I need to solve. And you know what? It's actually right here, but I need to flip it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that this is the actual right piece, and I want it to go right here. And that's going to free this piece so I can actually do the right combination to get it orientated the right way. So what I want to do, I'm going to pretend this is the one I want here. I'm going to pretend that's red lined up on there. So I'm going to turn it away. And this time I'm going to do, because I want to go on this right side, I'm going to do a right algorithm, one right algorithm. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. And look, I've got that up there. Rotate it to the left. Do one left algorithm. Yeah. Counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise. And so now that piece is freed. It's up here now. And now I want it to go here. So again, I'll turn it away, right algorithm. All right, turn it to the left, left algorithm. And there it is. I've got the middle row solved. So now the next row solved. So now the next step is I want to build a yellow cross. All right, so I'm looking at what I got here, and I think what I want to do is turn it to where I have these four pieces up in the upper left rear quadrant of this. All right, and so this is a new algorithm, and the only thing different is I'm going to incorporate the right algorithm one time on each time, but the only thing different on this is you turn that up clockwise to where you have a white line right here, and now I'll do a right algorithm. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. And then I'll turn that line back down. And now I've got a line across right here. And I'm going to leave that. I don't want to change that orientation. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Right algorithm. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Turn that back down. And now I have a yellow cross on top. And so now you... on top. And so now you want your corners, your end pieces to line up, which that's 90 degrees out, even if I rotate it like that. So I have them opposite sides. So at this point, it really doesn't matter what I do. I guess I can, just for argument's sake, I can just line that up. I mean, I could do it the other way if I wanted to, like that. I'll just leave it like I had it. And so here is introducing a new algorithm. So what you do on this algorithm is these two pieces right here. Now, if two of my sides matched, I would actually move those to this back right quadrant. But I don't have anything that mine are 180 out, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just sticking to this blue side for orientation purposes. And so I've got these two blue pieces. I'm going to turn them up. Now I've got them on top, and these are going to migrate around like that. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it clockwise, but I want to put my white pieces back down. Then I'm going to turn it clockwise one more time, and now they've migrated up and around like that. So what I'm going to do now is turn that back up, and I'll spin this back around, and I'll put it back on the bottom. And now I'll look at my cross pieces. Now I've got two solved, or lined up. And so now I'm going to repeat this process, but this time I'm going to put these two faces back here in the right quadrant, just like that. And now I'll do the same thing again. Got these orange pieces. They're going to migrate around, turn that back down, migrate around, turn that back up, and rotate them back around, put my white face down, and then I'm going to turn that. And now all the ends of my cross line up. See that? So now the next step is we want to these corners to be in the right spots corresponding. It's not necessarily solving it, but again, like on the previous steps, you just want these colors, these three faces to correspond with the greater three faces. And as you can see, these don't. This one is actually solved. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave this one right in front and center. And this is another algorithm. I guess this will be the 6th combination of algorithms. And this is a new algorithm. So what I do now at this point is I'm going to turn my top piece one time clockwise, quarter turn. And then I'm going to turn this up clockwise. Then I'm going to turn that counterclockwise, holding these two lines here, or do two white pieces here. Then I'm going to rotate that up. And I'm going to put this piece back, rotate it down. I'm going to put that piece back and rotate it down. And now let's see what we got. Okay, so we got yellow, yellow, red, red, green, green. Yellow, yellow, blue, blue, red, red. Orange, blue, yellow. All right, so they all correspond. It's not solved, but they all correspond. So at this point, correspond. So at this point, I flip my cube over, and because that side's already solved, I'm going to put that back here. Now, you can have 2 of them solved, maybe even 3 of them solved, or 1 like I have, or none of them. If you have 1 solved, you're going to do this next step on all the corners that are not solved and leave that one alone. So you could have these 2 solved opposite each other. I'll explain it. So I've got this one right here. I want to solve it. So all I do is I'm going to keep this blue face facing me the entire time. Okay, I do not change that. The only thing that I'm going to change to work on the next one is I'll rotate this bottom piece. But first of all, I'm going to solve this corner using the right algorithm. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Now it looks like I messed stuff up, but I didn't. All right, so now I'm going to rotate the bottom piece. Okay, that's all you rotate. You always keep that blue center or whatever color you were on towards you. All right, now I want to do another right algorithm. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. All right, now that's solved. Then I'll come rotate the bottom, and this will essentially solve the cube, even though it looks like it's kind of messed up. Clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. And there it is. The cube is solved. And so that's it. 8 stages, 7 combinations of algorithms. The main one is that right algorithm, and that counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Left algorithm. Right and left algorithms. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. That's how you solve a Rubik's Cube. Peace.